Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome to another Planet Zoo video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Planet Zoo and comparing it to its predecessor Planet Coaster. Here are the top 5 ways that Planet Zoo is going to improve on Planet Coaster. Before we dive in, remember folks, this is the place for all your Planet Zoo news. We are covering everything we can as soon as it gets to us. So if you are new here and you're looking forward to Planet Zoo, make sure you click subscribe. First on our list today is the campaign mode. If you're a fan of Planet Coaster, you'll know that the campaign mode was a little rough around the edges, a little bit light. There are still people, including myself, playing the sandbox mode quite a lot, to be honest with you. But the campaign mode was one of those sort of once and done kind of things. A lot of people didn't even touch it past the first few levels, let alone finish it. And I think one of the main reasons that was is because each level was kind of its own little space. You kind of went in, did what you needed to do, and got out again. Frontier have acknowledged this and have told us that the Planet Zoo campaign is going to be fully narrative, meaning you'll start at the bottom and work your way up to the top. According to PC Games Network, you'll play the role of a junior zookeeper that will work your way through the story. The story will take you through the whole game, giving you a reason to enter the narrative and progress through it. It'll start off with an initial tutorial, and then the available missions will represent a step-by-step in the management of the zoo, with the levels of difficulty increasing as you move forward. This is really exciting to hear. As much as I do love sandbox mode and most of the stuff we play here, if we can play sandbox we do. I do quite like a narrative campaign, and I do like a campaign that kind of takes you through and introduces features as you go. So this is one thing I'm really looking forward to, and I hope it's going to be more fun than the Planet Coaster one. Next up we have staff, and specifically the rooms they go in and the paths they walk on. Obviously Planet Zoo is bringing us new types of staff that we didn't see in Planet Coaster, such as veterinarians, and bringing back classics such as the janitor and the mechanic. But whereas in Planet Coaster, if these guys and girls want to go for a rest, they walk into a TARDIS. That's right, all of the buildings pretty much in Planet Coaster are just black boxes that they can walk into, their stats replenish, and they walk back out again. Whereas in Planet Zoo, we can see the interiors of the buildings. So far, we've only seen this in the Keeper's building, where they're preparing food for the animals, but I'm sure it'll carry on to other buildings as well. And frankly, it looks stunning. I can't wait to see more of the interiors. The exteriors are still plain boxes, so we can decorate them as much as we like, or we can use awesome stuff off the Steam Workshop if we're not so creative. But overall, I'm really looking forward to seeing the staff go in and get some stuff done. And to get to those buildings, they have to use staff paths. This is something that doesn't feature in Planet Coaster at all, with the staff buildings just coming off the regular paths, whereas now you can have an area of land where guests will not go, and not only will they not go, they won't want to go. Guests in this game will actually be deterred by staff buildings and won't want to see them, so it's going to be our job to make them look nice as possible and keep them away from the guests. Next up is the weather system. Planet Zoo does include a weather system that includes light rain, heavy rain, snow, cold and warm temperatures, sunshine, and a bit of fog and mist as well. And this is a huge improvement on Planet Coaster, which features no weather system at all. In Planet Coaster, it is always beautiful sunshine. And of course, that weather system doesn't only look good, it's going to affect our gameplay as well. As soon as it starts raining, not only are your guests going to grab an umbrella where they can, your animals are going to try and take cover as well. So you're going to have to bear it in mind when you're building your exhibits. Weather is usually a huge part of simulation games that simulate outdoors, so I'm really glad to see it coming to Planet Zoo. Number 4 on the list of things that Planet Zoo is improving over Planet Coaster is water. In Planet Coaster, you can place down water by digging an area of terrain out and using the water tool, but it is purely a sprite, it's purely a surface, just something that sits there and looks good from above. But if you head underneath, you'll see that it is just an image there. There's no actual what we would call volumetric water to play with here. Now that isn't much of a problem in a theme park, to be honest, because most areas of water are off limits for people. It's not like you're going to go and jump in a pond in the middle of a theme park, but obviously with a zoo, water plays a much bigger part in exhibits, giving animals places to drink and of course swim. So it's great to see in Planet Zoo we now have a full volumetric water system, meaning if you head underneath the water with the game's camera, you will see water there, you'll see the animals interacting with it, and it's also been pointed out by the sound department that the music will shift and it'll become sort of mottled and ambient as you go under the water. I'm really excited to see this. It's one thing that a lot of people have wanted in Planet Coaster for a long time. Obviously they've had to make some changes to the engine to make it work, so it's great to see it come in Planet Zoo. And finally, the fifth thing that Planet Zoo is going to improve on Planet Coaster is fencing. I know it doesn't sound like a big one, but if you're anything like me and you play these games how I play them, fencing is a huge deal. So currently in Planet Coaster there are numerous fence pieces, but they are just that, pieces, usually 1, 2 or 4 meters long. You have to place each individual one down, and if you're placing fencing perhaps along a longer path or something like that, it's a very arduous task to take each piece and place it down individually like so. Whilst Planet Zoo does seem to have these pieces as well, from what we can see from some of the screenshots, it does look like they've taken the system from Jurassic World Evolution, another Frontier game, and placed it into Planet Zoo and basically given us spline based fencing. What that means is you can place a point down on the ground and another point, and you will basically click and drag that fence into place. And this has obviously been developed to help with our exhibits and give the animals a certain amount of space that they can work in. But if you know anything about Planet Coaster and know how people try and break the game constantly with how they use certain pieces, you'll know that this fencing tool is not going to be just used for exhibits. We're going to be using this for tracking along the edge of paths. We're going to be using it for walls of buildings. We're going to be using it for anything we can do, whatever the game allows us to do. I'm so excited to see a spline-based system coming into Planet Coaster. I think it's into Planet Zoo, excuse me. I think it's going to be a really, really great feature. So there you go. Unfortunately, some of this is hearsay. Some of this is just stuff I've taken from screenshots, but I try not to say stuff that I don't think is going to be accurate, so I'm pretty sure those are 5 things that we're going to see in the game, and I look forward to seeing them very soon, hopefully. As this video comes out, Gamescom is just a few days away. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there myself. It turns out it's quite expensive to fly there from the other side of the world, which is where I am right now, living in Canada, so I won't be able to actually live stream the event, but obviously anything that is announced through Gamescom, we will be covering it here on the channel, so make sure you stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you can give us a like. It really does help out. And if, like I say, if you're not already, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much to our Patreons. They make these videos possible through their generous support at patreon.com/geekism. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.